I've always been very standoffish of missionaries, especially the idea of going to another country. I didn't want to get close. I knew that if I experienced it, I would have to acknowledge the reality that there is a real and genuine need. That there are people outside of America, my own house, that need the gospel. And I would have to respond in a way that Jesus would, that I would be called to do something about it. I'm being pushed to look outside of myself, my family, my life. I pray that I would be stirred to give up my life to do something that really changes others' lives, that I may preach the gospel to people who are hungry and don't even realize they're hungry because their entire life has been a famine. I feel that God is cultivating a heart and a love for people, all people, that I have suppressed for far too long, and I am burdened that if we, the church, truly believe the gospel and the grace as it is, that materials wouldn't matter, and that we would be forever willing to lose our lives for the gospel.
Some of my most memorable moments of the trip would be spending time with the kids and getting to know the families. And just to see the excitement on those kids' face when they found out that we were having them a birthday party and them having presents and a cake and a piñata, it was a blessing just to be a part of that. And then at the end, after all this, the mom and dad were so grateful to Dad. He gave us a little speech and made every one of us tear up, like we were all in tears. Just to be humbled by the families inviting us in, knowing that we come from a place that is far more abundant than what they have, and offering us their best as visitors. I mean, it's just a humbling experience, and I'm grateful to be a part of it.
I first met the Perez family in 2015 on my first mission trip to Honduras. We was on a medical mission trip, and when we got done with the medical part, we went on a journey up the mountain. And I got to meet Pooty and his family. The living conditions was very poor. They lived in a small clay block house, probably a 10 by 10, with no bathroom, an outside bathroom that the whole neighborhood shared. And this mission team raised up the money to build him a bathroom and add on to his house. And we went up there and we did all that, showing the love of Jesus, not asking for a dime back. And on this third round, I went and got to see him. You know, I got to see the fruits of the labor. I got to see Pooty grow in his faith, not only in his actions and the way he correspond with us, but also through his kids, how he's raising them up in a godly home. And it just touches my heart that mission trips are more than going and building a bathroom or adding on. You're actually building the kingdom of God through the free gift of salvation.
My favorite place to go was the park. There was a park kind of in the city, and we would go there and hand out Bibles. And but what was cool about this park is the school was right there. And when the school would get out, it would flood with students. So you would have like all these middle school and high school students. It was like the hangout. They would be playing soccer in this park. I would kind of just start playing soccer with these students. When we got done playing soccer, and I would give them the Bible, and then it would open up the door for me to speak with them. One thing that I remember, there was two boys sitting down, and me and Sam actually began talking to them and just sharing the love of Jesus with them. And before I knew it, it had grown. There was like a crowd of students standing around us. They wanted to know, that you could see the hunger in it. They wanted to know more of what we was talking about. Is that something y'all want? This love, this grace, this faith, this relationship that you could have. And you say that, and you really don't expect like somebody when they're with their friends to really step up. But there was these two students. It just blessed me so much to see just the courage that these two students had to step up in front of their peers and say, I'm not ashamed, and I want that relationship with Jesus Christ.
More now than ever do I understand that the harvest is ripe and the laborers are few. There was such a hunger in the people of Honduras, a hunger for a real relationship with God, not a works-based relationship. What I also realized that almost everyone I come in contact, no one was sure of their salvation because their salvation was about performance. But when you begin to help them to understand and share with them that salvation is not based on works that we can do, but it's about what Jesus Christ has already done, and it's a free gift Ephesians chapter 2, verse 8 says that it's a gift of God, that we're saved by grace through faith, and to share that with the people, and then to watch their eyes light up, and it's like a load of heaviness lifted off their shoulders. And really what it done for me is it restoked the passion in me, and helped me to understand something I already knew, but just created that fire in me again to understand that I am not ashamed of the gospel, for it is the power of God unto salvation to everyone who believes. And that power of God crosses all cultures, all barriers, no matter what those barriers may be. The power of God is the grace of God, and it changes lives.